Hi, Shell Pointers. My name is Ruth Duber, and I'm here to talk about an event that's going to happen on the 29th of March. It's our Play Reader Cafe. It's started out, actually, with Shell Point's own theater, Spot, many years ago. That started in about 2003. And then I was aware that some of the people did not want to get up on stage. So I thought, well, let's just have a more intimate setting and people do some readings and so forth. Well, it took off. And we have been sold out for the last 3 years. This will be our 4th year to do the program. So when you see the Shell Point Life March, make that telephone call, because if you don't, you won't get in. And we do fill up pretty fast. But I'd like to talk a little bit about it. I have two folks here with me. Ann Wharton, who's been, I think, involved in Spot for many, many years. She was brave enough to get on stage. And David Hounstein, of course, you all know him from his program that he has every week, Listening to the Words. And without David, we would not have the Play Reader Cafe. I have to tell you that most of the material comes from David, and so I'm so grateful to him for providing that for us. I believe in humor. I believe that laughter is just the best medicine, and so we've always done humor. And so this particular evening, we'll be reading little pieces. We're going to do a couple things that will be more like a little play. We're going to have refreshments, by the way. We'll have coffee and tea and cookies and fruit. It's an intimate setting with the tables around. And so it's a fun evening, but I'll just give you a little sample here of what we do read. So Ann, would you please read this little piece here? This is just one example.
And this is one of the nice things, is that everybody is allowed to read this. You don't have to memorize this. So this is very nice to remember. Okay. During a visit to my doctor, I asked him, how do you determine whether or not an older person should be put in a nursing home?
Oh my.
Well, he said, we fill up the bathtub, and then we offer a teaspoon and a teacup and a bucket to the person to empty the bathtub. Oh, I said, I understand, I said. Well, a normal person would use the bucket because it is bigger than the spoon or the teacup.
That's right.
No, he said, a normal person would pull the plug. Do you want a bed near the window?
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's a really nice one. Okay, Dave, have you got one for us?
Yes, this is called A Rose from Mother.
Okay.
And a man stopped at a flower shop to order some flowers to be wired to his mother, who lived 200 miles away. As he got out of his car, he noticed a young girl sitting on the curb, sobbing.
Oh.
He asked her what was wrong, and she replied, I wanted to buy a red rose for my mother, but I only have 75 cents, and a rose costs $2. The man smiled and said, come on in with me. I'll buy you a rose. He bought the little girl her rose and ordered his own mother's flowers. As they were leaving, he offered the girl a ride home. Yes, she said. Oh, yes, please. Can you take me to my mother? She directed him to a cemetery where she placed the rose on a freshly dug grave. The man returned to the flower shop, canceled the wire order, picked up a bouquet, and drove the 200 miles to his mother's house.
That's wonderful. You see, some of the things that we read are rather poignant and have some meaning. But that's what we do. Actually, we offer all kinds of readings. We have a couple of authors that have joined our group. Our Play Readers meets twice a month, the first and the third Thursdays. And so we'd encourage people to join us. If you like, you can come in and sit down and listen. I have besides that, I have a book of humor, and it's Dr. Seuss. And of course, you know, there's only one Dr. Seuss. And he has some wonderful things in here about growing old, and I appreciate that. So if you think this is something that you'd like, join us on the 29th of March at 7:15 in the Social Center, and I hope to see you there. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruth, for
Yeah,
always
you're-
giving us inspiration and a wonderful laugh every day.
Okay, thank you.